That is sheet of paper.
Do you want this one?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I was taking rocks down there. So sorry, Jacob?
No, I mean, no, that was about it. I was more in the writing part of it, and I wanted to.
Okay.
Where does that leg? Where do I?
Maybe zoom in a little bit.
Angle, like getting the whole crew.
But now position, we really want to think about balance and symmetry. All right, now we're thinking about audio. So before, just know, it takes a while. You are going to need to give yourself ample time to set up the shot. I mean, we're doing a simple interview in here, and how long is it? We've got 6 people working, and it's going to take, it's taking us 45 minutes just to set it up, right? So know that. Don't rush things. Give yourself plenty of time, and talk to your talent. Hey, this is a hurry up and wait kind of situation. We'll be with you as soon as we can. It takes a lot of time to set up a shot.
So if he moves his head, I get like a full-on just view of the light.
The light.
So yeah.
So maybe we want to. You could tighten the light. So remember, think about like, do we want to see the light?
What's your name and how are you involved in filmmaking?
My name is J.R. Rodriguez, and my involvement in filmmaking is I am a self-taught guerrilla filmmaker. I've been making movies for a long time, little home movies, nothing on a high professional level with a budget or anything. Everything has been done without a script, without a budget, non-actors, just friends. And now I'm here in Austin. I'm looking to learn how to become a producer, and I'm producing a show called The Shot.
Awesome. How long have you had an interest in cameras?
I've always had an interest in cameras. I would say since the young age of 10, 11 years old, I started messing around with cameras, video cameras. First started coming out. My dad bought one of the first video cameras that come with the portable deck. So it's going way, way back. So I've always had a fascination with cameras. As a guerrilla filmmaker, I first started in a political movement of ending homelessness, and the camera was a very powerful tool to protect some of the activists from, Secret Service guys from the city who try to come in and intimidate. And when I was there with the camera, they had to watch their step. And I felt like that was very powerful. And then we shot a couple documentaries on the homeless people don't care about. But when you give them a voice and you tell their story, now all of a sudden people are invested in these people. And that helped the movement to grow a lot. And so I see the camera as like I said, as a weapon, and it's also a tool as an art, to make movies. It's another way to express messages and get your voice out there. So somebody who comes from Philadelphia, a minority, who you're not used to seeing, other people of your kind out there on TV, it's a big thing to all of a sudden decide, oh, I don't have to wait for somebody to give me an opportunity. I'm going to create my own opportunities. That's why someone like Robert Rodriguez has had such a profound effect in my life, because when he made it, when that news came out, it was like, oh, if he can do it, I can do it. And that changed my whole life. It changed my whole focus. So for me, the camera is very important. When I first got my Canon L1, it's a nasty camera, I had that with me all the time. And people were like, why are you always carrying your camera around? Because you never know when something's going to happen or an opportunity. So, anyway.
Well, this is my last question, and you've mentioned a couple times being a guerrilla filmmaker. So, if a young person was going out and they wanted to make their own movies, they wanted to do it in a guerrilla style, what advice would you give them?
It's funny you say that, because my nephew right now, he's 11 years old, 12 years old. And for his birthday, we gave him a little digital camera. And so I actually, when he was here last summer, I brought him into the studio, exposed him, put him on camera. And he's quite a character. And I encouraged him to start shooting little movies, filming himself. But the way I started, and I recommend this to anyone, is try to shoot a movie in camera. The first movie I ever made, I was limited to shooting it all in camera, no editing. And that's extremely difficult, but that's where you can learn your chops. You can learn whether you got it or you don't.
Well, JR, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
Are we cut?
Sure, so you said your movies are improvised, you don't use a script. Tell me why you choose to work in that method.
To talk about that's a little embarrassing. Why I started that way was because, one, I didn't know how to write. I was not very well educated. Dropped out of high school. Education wasn't my thing, so I wasn't a good writer. And the people who were in my movies didn't know how to read. So it was like, okay, I'll just give you your lines verbatim, and I had to learn how to shoot movies that way. And then I started writing. The first book I ever read was Robert Rodriguez's book, Rebel Without a Crew. And that totally, like, if my confidence was high before I read that book, after I read that book, it's like, oh, I'm kicking down doors and nothing's gonna stop me. And for the first time, I was able to